Good morning. This is Lana Scott Lighthouse. I thought it might be a good idea to give people a little bit of background about myself so they knew something about me and where I'm coming from. The past 2 years since COVID have been really, really hard for me and my family. COVID hit 2 years ago, and I think it was in April. I was working for Head Start in Mississippi, and they let everybody go because of COVID. And the following June 16th to be exact, my boyfriend of 5 years, I'll try not to cry, William Ard, passed away of sudden cardiac arrest. And I was at Walmart, and I was just getting ready to leave, and I was sitting in my car, and I got the phone call, and I had a total breakdown. I mean, I was screaming and yelling, and I was beating on the roof of my car, and I just totally fell apart. People walking by me probably thought I was insane, but I really didn't care. Will was a really awesome person, and he really loved me a lot, even though it was really hard for him to say I love you. I miss him every single day. I had a previous relationship I'd been in for 9 years that ended on a really bad note with finding out that my partner was cheating on me, and it had been for a while, and I was just so clueless. And Will came along and totally changed everything. He made my life so much better. He helped me through good times. He helped me through bad times. He helped me to try to figure out some things that were going on with me regarding some of my family members, like some of my kids. And he was just really an awesome person, and it was really devastating to lose him. And for the first year and a half after he passed away, I was a total mess. And then like 6 weeks after he passed away, my niece, who had unexpectedly come to stay with us, committed suicide in my house. She shot herself. She had left kind of sort of like a little note, something about wanting to go find Jesus. Sorry, that's my cat in the background. And again, me and my family was hit with another big emotional breakdown. And we went through quite a bit, because when she showed up, she did not want my ex-sister-in-law to know that she was there. And because she was in her 30s, I honored her wishes. And of course, for quite a while after that, my sister-in-law, my other nephew, and my other niece were really, really upset, because for a while there, they thought that maybe we had done something, and I had tried to get her mental help. I tried to get her mental help. I tried to get her to go see a psychologist, a psychiatrist. She wouldn't even go to a clinic, and she was obviously suffering through depression. She was doing some pretty wild things, and it was just extremely devastating to me, to my son that lived with me at the time. Matter of fact, because she killed herself in his room, he would not go into his room for the longest time. And it was just really, really, really hard. And then we had to go through all of COVID. So, and then that following May, the very next May of 2021, I left my job at Head Start after 3 years because somebody at work had fallen, and the supervisor acted like she just didn't care. And I was so totally devastated by the lack of care that I thought, I've given everything I can give to this job, and I just can't do it anymore. So I resigned like 3 days later, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, you left your job." I'm like, "Yeah, I left my job." Didn't know what I was going to do. Met up with a friend. Actually had she's not a friend now, but had a friend that offered me a job because her husband happened to be there in town, and they needed somebody to drive one of their vehicles from Mississippi back to California. So I did that. I drove here. I'm in Northern California now. I came to California, and I drove for them, and decided that I needed to be, for some reason, I just felt like that was when I started feeling like I needed to be here in California, that there was, for some reason, some way, there was a reason why I was supposed to be here. But a couple of months later, I went back to Mississippi, and I could not let go of my house. Another devastation thing. I'd been in the house for 22 years, and it was just so hard. And then I started working for the county, driving a school bus again, and I had set up my paychecks in a way to get my paycheck through the summer, and it left me without enough money to pay my house note. And I was so tired all the time. I was still dealing with the emotions from my niece committing suicide, from my partner passing away from cardiac arrest, and I was just mentally and emotionally really messed up. But in May of this year, I ended up selling the house, getting some money, and I moved to California. My friend sold me a car. I bought a camper, and then I started hearing angels, and my intuition started getting stronger. All kind of spiritual things started happening with me, and I can honestly say now I still have all kind of synchronicities and and things that come along that let me know that my angels, my spirit guides, talk to me. My own intuition screams loudly at me. And while I'm no longer friends with the friend that I'd had for a long time, because they were, I don't know, they had all taken the COVID shot, which I still have not taken, and I'm not going to. And I don't know if that directly had anything to do with the difference I was seeing in them, but when I came back and moved here, I kept looking at them going, who are you and what have you done with my two friends that weren't even acting like themselves anymore? And I don't know if it's the COVID shot or if it was just some stress they were going through, but all kind of unacceptable things started happening, and I started, and then they were telling me my YouTube channel and my TikTok channel and the things I wanted to do to spread spirituality and awareness and how to be a better person every day and how to help yourself heal. They kept telling me it's on the side. As long as I was, doing whatever they wanted me to do, they were happy. The minute I wanted to do something for me, they weren't happy. And I quickly realized that some people are not meant to stay in your life forever. And I did a video about that. They're still not happy with me, and I still love them. I just don't want to be in their life. We just don't vibe anymore. And there are times when long-term relationships are meant to leave your life. So that's where I'm at now. I'm still in Northern California. And I finally realized that the reason why I was brought here and the reason why I came here was no distractions, because there's no family here. My kids aren't here. I do have a few friends, but no real friends. So I figured they've got me here. I came here because it's part of my destiny, and it's also part of where I'm supposed to be at this time of my life. I'm 59 years old, and I'm not having to worry about kids. I still worry about my kids, my grandkids, of course, but I'm not focused on them anymore. I'm focused on me and how to be a better person every day. But I just wanted to do this little video to let some people know where I am, what I've come from, and I'm a storyteller, so that's what I've just done, is tell you my story for the past 2 years. And as you can see, I'm beautifying my spot up somewhat. I've added some curtains, and I went and got some paint. I'm going to do some other things. I'm going to add some more fairy lights. I got the fairy lights behind me. I don't think they're on. But I want to help people, and I want to explore ways to heal yourself, how to help yourself, how to be a better person every day, how not to put up with no BS from people, how to have boundaries, and I'm going to talk about all those kind of things over time. So this is just a little background about me. My name is Lana Scott. This is Lighthouse, and be a light in the darkness. Be a better person every day. There's always somebody you can help, but don't be a doormat. With that being said, that's today's message. I hope you have something that's happened to you that hasn't totally kicked you to the ground, that you've learned from, grown from, and become a better person. Lana Scott, Lighthouse. Be a light in the darkness, folks.